All right. I guess we're trying this again. Okay. Now I think it's fixed. Oh. Well, if this just isn't amazing. I love this YouTube app more and more every day that I use it. How's everyone doing tonight? How's everybody been? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I think we finally got everything sussed out. Welcome to Highdeology. My name is Paul Zigo. Hope you're all doing just fucking swell. hope you're uh hope you're all peachy. What kind of tank do I have? This isn't a Spire Atlantis. It's a bottom feeder type tank. There you go. Just got done with a FAP, so I'm pretty good. Oh, that is a good time of day. That post-FAP bliss that happens. You were just watching Cinema for Cynics. Cool. Cool. Yeah, new Pitch Wars out on Cinema for Cynics for those of you who may be fans of that channel. And who maybe haven't seen because YouTube sometimes doesn't send out notifications. So when you're done here tonight, make sure you go check that out. It's a fun one. Hey, Paul, my mom is playing a bunch of my videos on her computer while she sleeps. Do you think that will boost my watch time hours? I don't know, dude. I think it has to be probably like unique hours, but I don't know. Maybe consecutive hours count. Yeah, just leave like a little laptop playing all your videos on loop. Voted your pitch, Paul, mainly because I'm tired of TJ's narrow mind on sexualization. Okay. Come on now. Come on now, buddy. Star Wars is good, man. All right, man. ¿Qué onda, cabrón? I fap to pictures of blonde girls in the chat when I'm drunk and Hig? Did you snort a bunch of Higgs bosons? Is that how you get higged? YouTube, you have failed me for the last time. Now, I'm kind of mad that we're not ever going to get a Mandalorian Wars movie because of how cool it would be to see something like that. Imagine Revan showing up. Yeah, dude. You could start a whole fucking trilogy about the Mandalorian Wars and how Revan swung it for the Republic, but then fell to the dark side. Paul, huge Dan. Been watching for a few years. How's your day? I'm doing good, Texas boy. Texas boy. Doing pretty good. Hope you're doing the same. Is it as freezing in fucking Texas as it is here, or did you guys miss this one? Paul, you say you hate Darth Vader having red eyes in Rogue One, but he also had that in Episode 4. I'm talking about the way his eyes looked. They gave him like insectoid-looking eyes, where there were all these like pentagonal little digital-looking segments and shit. His eyes just didn't look good. It's the most controversial movie you've ever watched. Controversial. Trying to think of movies that sparked like tons and tons and tons of controversy. I mean, a lot of movies fit the bill. To be honest with you, a lot of movies that are great were protested massively. So I'm not exactly sure what the most controversial film I've ever seen. I have seen Birth of a Nation, so that's a pretty controversial one. Hey, Paul, I just watched my Star Wars movie in the Pitch Wars comments. You may think it's dumb, but I put a lot of work into it later. Could you read it or give me a quick opinion? Okay, dude, I'll check it out. Like I said, I love when other people leave pitches. We pull from them, so you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Walk right in. It's around. Have you seen God Bless America? Yes, I have. Lag Mania. Welcome to Lag Mania, the stuttering, fumbling, bumbling podcast with your host, Paul's glitchy, laggy ego. Heard the interview was controversial. Yeah, there was controversy surrounding it. I don't know if it was the most controversial film. We talked about the Caligula movie in episode 2 of DFF. And that there was a lot of controversy around that film for multiple reasons. Thanks, Paul. Heads up, Jedi Crusade kicks Lando's ass. Oh, shit. Paul, you look like a Star Wars villain with your hood and your eyes in the shadows. Cool. Paul, you look like... Oh, that's the same comment. Came through twice. That's crazy. Trump would have to diddle kids on video. I think even if he did that, he would just be like, look, everybody's... look, I know many people who would tell you that I've never touched a child ever, inappropriately, ever. And, this is fake news. This is obviously a faked tape. And he'd probably be fine. Who do you think is the most overrated actor or actress in Hollywood? Overrated? Like a lot of the actors that get tons and tons and tons of accolades are deserving of them. There's a lot of talent there. I saw Leonardo DiCaprio go by. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio is a fantastic actor. Like, say what you want about him. You might fucking personally hate him for whatever reason. You might think he sucks, but like, he's a really super talented, versatile actor. Samuel L. Jackson, nowhere near as versatile as Leonardo DiCaprio is, but still not overrated, I don't think. He's still, Meryl Streep is fantastic. So, Brad Pitt and Leo changed places at some point, did they? Have you ever seen Soylent Green? Also, would love to see you cover it on cinema. Yeah, dude, I love Soylent Green. Yeah, with the old Charlton Heston version. You don't think Leo deserved an Oscar for The Revenant? I mean, whatever. He was up against some pretty stiff competition that year, but to say he didn't deserve it, I mean, that was a pretty fucking amazing performance. Mark Wahlberg, you know what though, dude? I like him when he's cast well and directed well, he's really good. So what are you gonna do, It's like overrated actors. I mean, who do I see all the time that I just wish I was seeing less of? I'm trying to think. Ed Norton is the most underrated. I don't think he's underrated at all. I think Ed Norton is pretty widely recognized as one of the most talented actors living, but he's also a total fucking prick to work with, apparently. Tom Hardy is brilliant. I totally agree. Gary Oldman is underrated. I don't think he's all that underrated either. I think he's pretty widely recognized as a fucking masterclass level actor. Ethan Hawke is good, yeah. He's a little bit underrated, I think. Ethan Hawke is a really, really accomplished actor. Depp. You know what, dude? There you go. That's one there that's a great example of like a super mega star that I'm just done seeing is Johnny Depp. And it's mostly just because of the roles that he's chosen. Like they've just gotten so fucking stale and weird and stupid. Joaquin Phoenix is underrated. Once again, don't really think he's all that underrated. Like maybe he was underrated around the time he did Gladiator, you know, but since then he's been in some of the best movies of, you know, the last 10 years. So I don't really feel that Joaquin Phoenix is all that underrated at all. Sam Rockwell is underrated. That I will fucking go with. Sam Rockwell is incredibly talented. If you haven't seen it, check out the movie Moon if you want to see Sam Rockwell at what I consider to be his best. That's a fantastic movie, and he carries almost every frame of it solely on his shoulders. Michael Rappaport is underrated. No. No, I don't think so. Michael Rappaport is pretty one-dimensional. It's not that I dislike him in movies, but he's a pretty thin actor. Thin in terms of talent and scope. Steve Buscemi is underrated, one of my favorite character actors. I don't think he's all that underrated, though. I think he's pretty well recognized as a one of the better character actors working. Christopher Walken is a very overrated actor. I just got to disagree, man. The guy has delivered some of the most amazing monologues in the last 20 years of cinematic history. I mean, look at the speech that he gives. In fact, just pretty much every scene with him in, what's that movie? Oh, God. True Romance. There you go. True Romance. Thank you. I was thinking Love. I was just like, love, love, love. And it's like, it's not love, but it's something to do with love. Love, love. True Romance, yeah. Pretty much every scene with him in that. His scene in Pulp Fiction. His work in the first Prophecy movie was really cool. Like, I don't know, dude. Christopher Walken is, his turn as a mob boss in Suicide Kings, one of my favorite roles of his. Sorry, dude. I'm not going to be able to shit on Christopher Walken. He's really good. Yeah, the Walken Hopper scene in True Romance is amazing. Matthew McConaughey is overrated. Honestly, don't think so. Dude is a little trippy dippy in real life and maybe a little annoying as a person sometimes, but is an incredibly talented actor. You wish Bryan Cranston was in more movies. I think Bryan Cranston is pretty selective with regards to what he chooses to do, and I can't blame him. What female actors do you like or dislike? I like Emma Stone. I like I think what's her fucking name? Charlize Theron is incredibly talented. Meryl Streep is absolutely one of the best actresses alive, probably one of the best actresses to ever act. She's just like amazingly, amazingly good. Linda Cardellini is very, very, very talented. Gerard Depardieu, underrated. Maybe. Yeah, he's a talent. Amy Adams is good. I like her a lot. Yes, her turn in The Master was really what sold me on Amy Adams as a good actress. I also really liked her in Arrival as well. I think she's really good. I don't know most of these people in most of these movies. See ya. See ya. Kristen Stewart is the best actress of all time. Get out of here. Boo. Boo. Christina Ricci. Yeah, she's dead, but she was a very talented actress. Natalie Portman is a good actress. She's kind of hit or miss, though. She was absolutely brilliant in Black Swan. I mean, that's one of the coolest movies. She's not dead? Christina Ricci's not dead? I thought I heard she died of an overdose or some shit. Well, holy shit, dude. I've been walking around thinking Christina Ricci was dead for a long time. I thought she died. Whoops. You're thinking of Brittany Murphy? Maybe I was. I actually liked Brittany Murphy. I thought she was pretty talented. Jennifer Aniston needs to go away. I totally agree. Oh, I made a mistake, man. Come on. You can't fucking call me a retard forever because I fucked up. Who's seen Christina Ricci in the last fucking 10 years? If she dies, it's on me. Wow, dude. I do kind of feel bad, though, because I literally have walked around for, I don't know how long thinking Christina Ricci was dead. Maybe I just dreamed that she died or something, and I just woke up and it just worked its way into my subconscious, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's right, she died. Bruce Campbell and Ron Perlman are underrated. Once again, both kind of niche character actors. Don't think they're all that underrated. Both have a pretty wide cult following. Ron Perlman has a built-in cult following just from his voiceover work of the Fallout games. His turn as Hellboy. So yeah, I don't think they're underrated. They aren't niche. I think they're pretty niche. Or I wasn't wishing death. I just thought I heard she fucking croaked, man. What do you want? Hillary Clinton is an excellent actress. I don't know if I can agree with that. Chris Pine is a better actor than people give him credit for. I'm not 100% sold on Chris Pine. Ellen Page is good. She's really good. What did I see her in relatively recently? Hard Candy. That's a kind of uncomfortable movie to watch, but she was fucking really great in it. Best Jude Law movie, I would say Enemy at the Gates or Cold Mountain. I like both of those. My favorite performance of his was in Road to Perdition, though. I also really like his role in AI as well. Gigolo Joe, what do you know? I think Uma Thurman is very overrated. Incredibly talented. Maybe, doesn't lacks the range that some actresses have. Certainly doesn't have range in, the Meryl Streep zone at all. But very talented actress. Jennifer Lawrence is one that I'm starting to warm up on. Was not a fan of hers. Okay. Flag it, guys. Yeah, Christina Ricci showed up and fucking tried to murder me. Upgrade internet, Paul. Okay, I'll do that. That's what you happen when you speak positive about Jennifer Lawrence. I know. But she did a really fantastic job in Mother, and I don't know. I'm willing to give her the chance to mature as an actress and become somebody that I really like watching. I'm certainly going to always enjoy watching her performance in that film. So I really want to see I, Tanya. I think I might go see it this Friday, even though it's not new. I need to take a look at some movies that are coming out this Friday. I know I, Tanya will be playing. I want to try and go see a movie with Ashley, and then come back and review, do a quick like kind of off the cuff review for Cinema for Cynics. And I really wanted to see I, Tanya quite a bit. So, what actors or directors do you think destroyed their own careers? A couple that come to mind: Michael Madsen, who could have had a really, really, really promising career. I think just did a lot of drugs. What was his name? Fuck. I'm just brain farting on his name. He played the fucking guy with the electric whips in Iron Man 2. Tom Sizemore is another great example of a really, really talented actor that kind of flushed his own career. Mickey Rourke, thank you. Yeah, I was just brain farting on his name. Man, he still will turn out. I mean, I haven't seen him altogether too recently, but he was great in The Wrestler. So he'll still turn out a great performance every once in a while. But I think that dude could have had a way brighter career as an actor. But he chose to walk a different path, and can't blame him for that. Yeah, Mickey Rourke is in The Wrestler. He also plays one of my favorite roles of his. In fact, probably my favorite role of his. He played the cook in a movie called Spun, with Jason Schwartzman and Brittany Murphy. Incidentally, we were talking about her earlier. John Leguizamo's in it. Pretty awesome cast. Spun is a great movie. I love it. I love it. Cat Williams, not really an actor, but he got all salty about Kevin Hart. Yeah, well, I haven't followed whatever that drama is. Nicolas Cage has kind of ruined his career. I mean, I don't know, man. Nick Cage is one of those guys that he's just got his own trajectory, and you can't really judge him against anybody else because he's been in some pretty awesome movies. He's been in some pretty dog shit movies. It looks like he might be in a good one coming up. There's a movie called Mom and Dad coming out this year. Looks like a horror black comedy. I don't know, man. You can't count Nick Cage out. He's usually awful in movies, but every once in a while he just turns out an absolutely brilliant performance. Examples of that, I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Adaptation. He plays Charlie Kaufman in Adaptation and his twin brother. Fantastic movie. Leaving Las Vegas, once again, another great performance by him. Raising Arizona, great performance. So Nicolas Cage is a national treasure. Aha. Can you do What the Fuck Happened to Brendan Fraser? Yeah, there's a dude that, like, wow, man, it looked like he was just going to be around forever. You know, got all those big action contracts with the Mummy and then just went whoosh. Keanu Reeves is still cranking them out, man. He went from The Mummy to shitty kids films. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. Just kind of a weird career trajectory. I guess he was just too goofy. You know what I mean? He didn't have quite enough edge to him to go over the top. Chris Pratt walks that line, I think, way better. He probably cast very similarly to a Brendan Fraser, but Brendan Fraser was just a hair or two more goofy than Chris Pratt. So Chris Pratt can still pull off the serious role. Speaking of celebrities, what musicians do you think are criminally underrated? Criminally underrated? I don't know. There's a lot of bands that not a lot of people listen to that I think deserve way more notice than they get. The Knife is one of them, kind of an electronic band. Listen to Silent Shout. That whole album is fucking great. I don't know. I'm trying to think of others. The Knife is not underrated. I mean, nobody I know would even be able to tell you about The Knife. I'm the only person that I know that knows about the band, so they can't be that mainstream. Who are they? They're a brother and sister electronic, kind of dark electronica duo from Finland or Norway, something like that. One of the, yeah, look them up. Listen to the album Silent Shout. That's their best album, in my opinion. They're from Sweden. Okay, cool. Who else do I like? Sleigh Bells. I mean, they're definitely a band that's not for everybody, but I like them a lot. Really, really noise driven kind of rock. Jim Carrey is underrated. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a great film. He went a bit nuts though. I don't think he's all that underrated. Like I said, I think people recognize that Jim Carrey is a serious actor. He's been absolutely brilliant in enough films that I think he's well recognized now. The Truman Show and Man on the Moon, and he's just, you know. Sam Fuller films are what's underrated. Well, there you go. Halcyon chiming in for everybody. Do you prefer Clint Eastwood as an actor or director? I don't know that I prefer him either way. I like his directing, or I have liked his directing. I don't like everything he's ever done. American Sniper was kind of poopy doopy. But I don't know. Gran Torino was awesome, but I like him in front of the screen and behind it. How does no one here know what the fuck underrated means? I know. Million Dollar Baby, yeah, that's a good one. Star Wars underrated? Yeah, dude, totally under the radar. It's my favorite historical movie. I don't know. I gotta flip through the file, man. I like quite a few like historical dramas. There's some of my like period dramas are some of my favorites. I don't know, man. God, it's just hard to pick. Like my brain doesn't work that way. My brain doesn't like sort through things that way. I don't have this ready-made list of my top 10 in order things. Master and Commander, no. Wouldn't be on my list, that's for sure. Upgrade your brain to an SSD. Okay. You know what, dude? I'll probably get made fun of for this, but I really like, as a historical period type drama, I really like Far and Away with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. I don't know why, but I've always fucking loved that movie. I love the Rise and Fall movie. Yeah, I'm a sucker for it, so it may not be my favorite historical movie of all time, but it's a lot of fun. Enjoyable popcorn film. Totally agree. How does it feel to know you're finally going to win a pitch war? Hey, I've won one before. If I win this one, TJ and I'll be 2-2 on pitch wars. So what are you talking about? You act like I'm trailing. I've only yet begun to win. I have not yet seen Interstellar, no. What'd you think of Pacific Rim? I thought it was a cheese fest. I mean, it is, but I don't know. I appreciated it tapping into that, like, little boy id, you know, that wants to see giant robots fight giant monsters and stuff. And I thought it did a pretty good job with that. Enough for me to have enjoyed the film. It was pretty cheesy, but what do you want? It's a movie about giant monsters fighting giant robots. I mean, how much fucking depth do you want? Did you ever see The Disaster Artist? I have not yet. I'm not sure if it's still in theaters anywhere, but if it is, I might go see that tomorrow. Early Depp films are interesting, especially The Brave. Now he sucks. Yeah. He had some pretty good roles early on in his career. I can agree to that, but then he met fucking Tim Burton, and it was pretty much all downhill from there. I was just going to say that this was the first live no trolls. I stand corrected. Yeah, I mean, you know. Any underrated fantasy films? I'm looking for some new ones to watch. Sure. You know what? Here's kind of a weird one. There's a movie called Krull. It's an 80s fantasy, like high fantasy adventure film. Has some really cool practical effects in it. Some of it's pretty cheesy, but I think it's a pretty awesome movie throughout. So check that one out. Krull with a K. Krull. Enemy Mine. Dude, that is a pretty awesome flick. It's been a long time since I've seen Enemy Mine, man. Maybe I'll watch that before I go to sleep tonight. Because I loved that movie as a kid and a teenager and a young adult. It's been probably 10 years since I saw it. But really good flick. I think Louis Gossett Jr. plays the enemy alien in that. It's just oh man, that's a great movie. I could go on and on about Enemy Mine. Did you see Forrest Gump? Yeah, I saw Forrest Gump in the theaters. Iron Giant is a criminally underrated film. Yeah, it probably didn't get the recognition it deserved. I don't know if it's criminally underrated, but it's certainly underrated. That's for sure. Damage with Jeremy Irons is a good film, yes. Yes, it is. Jeremy Irons, in general, is a pretty good, pretty amazing actor. I like Quills with Jeffrey Rush. I don't know why I just thought of that movie, but let's just throw it out there. Most of the movies Disney released at the time, like Treasure Planet and Iron Giant, didn't do too good. Yeah, they were trying to bring back the traditionally animated feature, and it wasn't working too well. Haven't seen the Kingsman sequel yet. I liked the first one though. Good popcorn flick, good action flick. Made me laugh quite a few times. So, I don't know. Fargo, the series, is underrated compared to other contemporary. Oh, well, whatever. I don't care about TV series. Kingsman 2 blows. That sucks. I've seen Fire Walk with Me. Yes, 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 yes. I thought the sequel wasn't nearly as good as the first Kingsman. I've kind of heard that through the grapevine, but I don't know. I'll probably still check it out. For me, if a sequel like that can attain 70-75% of what the original was, then I'm pretty happy with it. We're just talking about movies, my friend. Movies that are underrated, movies in general. Do you like So Bad It's Good movies? Yes, I do. What the fuck, dude? Holy shit. There's a bunch of crazy foreigners raiding the chat with from Poland. Oh, you know how you piss off a Polish fucking idiot guy, dude? You know how you do it? You put him in a round room and tell him he can only take a leak in the corner. That's how you piss off a stupid Polish bastard. La 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 la. I missed a super chat. Let's see what we got. Well, if I did, I can't see it. I should have recorded that. I could have looped it for white noise. Yeah. It's all right. I can't speak Polish, but welcome. Kielbasa sausage is good. And I don't think that your people are traditionally as stupid as other people try and make you out to be. I don't buy into those Polak jokes, okay? There's no anti-Polish racism in this chat. I just have to let you know, okay? Did you see Deep Throat 2? You Can't Swallow the Truth? Nope. Haven't seen it. That was crazy. Yeah, I know. Some crazy, like, Polish YouTube streamer was like, go raid this neckbeard's chat with la 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 la. What's the darkest film you've ever seen? The darkest? Darkest. Like, I don't know, like, what do you mean by dark? Like depressing? or atmospherically tense in tone. I mean, Requiem for a Dream is pretty dark in tone. A lot of the movies that I put in that list that I made on Cinema for Cynics, pretty dark in tone. The Mist is dark, especially towards the ending. I mean, yeah, the standard answer, a Serbian film. The film that was made just to push every fucking taboo envelope. Yeah, okay, that's the darkest film. You got me. A Serbian film. That's my super chat. Asked if there was a movie you thought would suck, but ended up liking it. That's actually happened relatively recently. TJ and I, for a DP on demand perk a few months ago, watched the Neil Breen movie Fateful Findings. And after seeing clips of it, I thought it was just going to be totally fucking terrible and I was just going to rip on it. And we actually, I mean, we did rip on it, but we actually ended up really enjoying our time with the movie. So I haven't seen Double Down yet, no. How much dick muncher munch if a dick muncher could munch dick? Well, 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 isn't that special? Flush them all. Oh no! You've been simming. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Ashley's building the Sims empire. I was sitting with her for a little bit earlier, and she was showing me what she's built. And my sim wanted to go out on like a guys' night to a bar with one of his friends, and we went there, and fucking Brett Keane was at the bar. And so she had me go over and sit with him and insult him. That was fun to watch. I enjoyed that. Speaking of actors who fell off, Wesley Snipes, yeah, that's true. He just kind of disappeared, got into tax problems and went to jail and just kind of never bounced back. Don't be offensive as well as insultive to my girlfriend, okay? Ashley's a fucking princess, okay? And I'm not going to have you reprehensible pieces of shit maligning, berating, or otherwise degrading her with your shitty words and your shitty opinions, okay? That's right. Step behind the shield, baby. White Knight Paul is here. That's right. Get behind the shield, baby. I'll deflect these shitlords' criticisms of you. Allow me, madam. Oh, please, allow me to lay my jacket in that puddle so that you don't soil your beautiful shoes. If Ashley is a princess, is Paul the prince? I always thought of Paul as a king. I'm the prince, dude. I am the prince. She's the princess. Paul, who do you think is the most overrated YouTube reviewer? I don't know, man. I'm not gonna shit talk other YouTube reviewers. It's just not. Whatever. Who's the king then? The king's dead. If you were locked in a room for a year, it could only bring 3 movies. What would they be? Okay, so I'm in a room for a year. I've only got 3 movies that I can watch. What are they going to be? Let's see. I would bring Night of the Living Dead just because I like to study it. I always learn something a little new every time I watch the original Night of the Living Dead, so I'd bring it for sure for study purposes. Then I'd bring Showa because it's a 9-some-odd-hour fucking documentary, and it would take me a long time to watch it, and by the time I got to the end of it, the beginning would probably feel fresh again. And then for a third movie, I need some action, dude. I need some action in my life. Die Hard or Die Hard 2. Terminator 2 would be a good one as well. Three films: Lawrence of Arabia, The Prestige, Seven Samurai. There you go. There's Galen's choices. Hope Galen and I are not trapped in the same room together for a year. I could dig Seven Samurai, but I don't know about the rest of them. It's a good movie, The Prestige. You'd rather have books, yeah. Books would probably be better, but we weren't given that option. Fight Club, Spirited Away, and The Iron Giant. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to let you guys go because I'm going to freeze. I'm going to die. It's so cold. Goodbye. Good night.